we are going to enable code scanning with CodeQL. What is GitHub code scanning? So code scanning is a part of GitHub Advanced Security product suite. It allows development teams to integrate security testing tools directly into the same process you already use for shipping code. It supports many types such as SAST, container, infrastructure as a code, and the best part is that the results can also live directly in GitHub next to your code. No need for context switching, right? So let's start with enable code scanning with QL. Make sure on the code tab, you just navigate to the settings, and in the security section, advanced security, select advanced security, and we need to search for code scanning, right? Now in the code QL analysis, this is like you can see over here, automatically detect common vulnerabilities in coding errors. So this is how you'll enable it. Okay, you have to make sure this is set up, and you can select two options. From two options, CodeQL will automatically find the best configuration for your repository, which is the default one. And advanced is all about customizing your CodeQL configuration via a YAML file that will be checked into directly the repository. So if you want a customized code scanning step, then you can go for the advanced option. Right now we are going to stick with the default one, and it is going to ask you some what will the languages detected on the default, that is branch of this body, that is Python in this context. Runner type GitHub runner, okay, that will be involved. On push and pull request events, it's going to scan your repository. You can also schedule it on a weekly schedule, or like if you want to have a weekly schedule code scan, you can also schedule it. Enable CodeQL. Now when you do this, this is going to trigger a first run of CodeQL, right, which is going to perform a full scan of your repository. And you can see the results or the progress in the actions tab here itself. So this was triggered, the first run of CodeQL was triggered by when you first enable the CodeQL. Now the second part, okay, about detecting vulnerabilities in a pull request. So we'll just go to the code tab and the server folder. I have one routes.py file, and here you will see we are going to make some changes over here. um, Let me edit the file, and over here select star from books where name like percentage. So I'm going to modify it completely. And I'm going to commit changes and everything is proper. Learning code QL. If you want, you can also create a main branch, and okay, like this. Here you can select the option for creating a new branch, and we will not commit to the main branch, right, over here. And now you will see that it opens a pull request. Right, so here you can give the title of the pull request as learning code QL, and create pull request. If needed, you can go through this pull request steps. Okay, and you can see all the jobs running over here. You can wait for a few minutes and you can check over here in the results for analysis. Now this is going to detect an SQL injection vulnerability. It also suggests a fix once it completes the analysis. Okay, and yeah, so let me again go to the code tab. Okay, this change is made over here. So let's get back to the pull request, and you can see that one open pull request, this one. Now here you have an option to merge the pull request, and you can check the files changed, what checks were performed, code scanning results right here. No new alerts and code changed by this pull request. Okay, you can check what was the job. So this is run the Python script, a Python query to analyze your uh, changes in your file. You can also see the code scanning logs over here, right? Code scanning logs, you just select the CodeQL, and here you'll be able to see the PR2, that is uh, the run that was workflow run that was completed. You can see the page to see what steps were executed. If you want to show all the jobs, the same thing that I explained. You can also open up the analysis entry and you can review the logs, like here over here. So with the pull request along, the CodeQL scan was also finished. Now let's learn about review and triage CodeQL alerts. With our pull request changes now reviewed by CodeQL, we now have some results to view. Now let's take a look at how we can manage the alerts. So we have something called as common weakness enumeration. That's a category system for hardware and software weaknesses and vulnerabilities. Think of it as a way to describe and categorize security issues in an application's source code. Right? So we will see existing alerts. Let's go to the security tab and go to vulnerability alerts over here. Vulnerability alerts, code scanning option, and you can check SQL query built from user control sources. So this is expected since the vulnerable code has on the pull request has not been merged. Yes, if it had been merged, it will be able to, we'll be able to see the what code that was detected, code change that was detected. Right. So let's go to the pull request and merge this change, and let's get back to the code scanning alerts over here. Let me just give it a refresh. Right. And okay, let me also delete the branch. Okay, yes, it was on the main branch already. Let's go to the security tab. As you can see, I have made some changes in the original file. I have committed it to the main branch, and now we are going to resolve the alerts, right? So let's go to code scanning, and over here, let me just refresh it. This is the change that I made, and this is in the main branch, right? Now, if we go back to the code scanning, we can see that there are no open alerts and one closed alerts, right? And this is one. So you can also feel free to review the closed alerts, especially the audit trail if you want to check. Right. Recently resolved alert, you can click on it and you can see the entire audit trail. So when you open the alert, you will notice that it will include how the alert was fixed. Right. So this is all about resolving an alert and how you can review the closed alerts. This completes our exercise for Introduction to CodeQL.